Hi, I'm Lori Cunningham, and this is my story. When I was in my early 20s, I was in a relationship with someone, and I was introduced to domestic violence. It was a very tumultuous relationship, and it was very physically abusive, and it was one of the hardest things in my life that I ever went through. We were young. Like I said, I was 20, 21, and I just didn't have an understanding of myself and love for myself, and I was trying to hold on to someone that definitely needed to leave. I remember one time we were going to my job because he wanted me to get my check because he wanted my check, and of course I didn't want to do it. And we was going to my job, and before we got on the train station, we started fighting. And of course, he didn't want to fight in the train station, so we walked on a side block, and we were fighting, and it was in broad daylight. It was maybe 3 p.m. and he started choking me. He choked me, and that was the first and last time I ever was put to sleep. I just remember waking up. I don't remember falling. I just remember waking up, being on the ground and seeing the sky and him in my face still yelling at me and trying to fight me more. It was one of the worst things. It was a relationship where I didn't have anyone to save me. No, people knew about the relationship. Everybody knew he was fighting me, but nobody really helped me. Me getting closer to God and understanding faith and having faith in God, I was able to leave this relationship. I remember praying every night. And I didn't really have any religious background, church background, or like understanding like God and things like that. So I didn't know how to pray. But oddly enough, his mom was taking us to church. We used to go to church with his mom. And I remember praying every night and every morning and asking God just to get me out of this situation, because it was a situation I couldn't get out on my own. I physically couldn't do it. I was scared to leave and I was scared to stay, but I didn't know how to leave on my own. And I remember fighting him once again outside, and someone seeing me a couple weeks later, an older lady, and I've never seen a lady before, and she described me down to my everything I had on, and she was telling me that she was praying for me. Now, a stranger I don't even know, I've never even seen her, but she saw me fighting this person in the street, and she said she was so worried for me, and she was just telling me how to pray and what should I say when I pray, and I asked God to leave him, and I did what she said, and I prayed. And I felt so embarrassed that someone was able to see me in a situation like that. Like, I know we fought outside all the time, but just as someone to running back to you that you don't even know. And I remember praying for it every night. I wanted to leave so bad out this relationship, but I thought he loved me, and I was looking for something that I didn't have. My father passed away when I was 7 years old, and my mother never got into another healthy relationship after that. So I never really had a good representation on how a man was supposed to love a woman, or really I never had those conversations on how I was supposed to even love myself. So me going into this relationship unequipped with love for myself and understanding, having acknowledgement that the love that God has for me. I didn't know any of that. I was just in a relationship just to be in a relationship because that's what we was doing at 20 years old. So me not having that armor, I was in this crazy relationship, and it ruled my life. It ruled my life for 3 years, and until I got an understanding and I got introduced to really God. I met the older lady. She told me how to pray, and I remember praying, and I remember asking God if he just grant me this one thing. Because I've never asked him for anything because I didn't have a relationship with him. I knew he was there, but I never had a conversation with him. And I remember asking him if he just get me out this relationship, I would never get into one like it again. And I'm telling you, through the grace of God, things started moving in my life. I ultimately left him and I never looked back. And we was broken up for maybe like 8 months. And I was still a young girl trying to figure it out because I had lost a lot of weight during that relationship because I was so stressed. So I didn't have confidence in myself. And when I went to the Harlem Day Parade and I did see this nice, attractive man. I liked him. I thought he was very handsome, but I knew he wouldn't like me because I was just me. I met this guy and I met him in May of 2007 and that's my husband. We've been together ever since. Me being in a new relationship did not fulfill me, you still have to find who you are. Gracefully enough, I was able to do it with my husband by my side. But I had to find the love for myself and I really had to understand who God was. And the more I love myself and the more I continue this relationship with God, understanding his word and understanding what he has for me and what that I deserve and the love that I have for myself, I'm able to love my husband in a magnitude that I couldn't even imagine. And finding God has been the best thing I could have done for myself. And me understanding the love I have for myself is it just took my life to different levels. Having self-love and being able to look at yourself in the mirror and being okay with her, with your decisions and who you are and what you stand for, the width of my nose, my thickness of my lips, just loving me for me. I'm able to love my husband, my children, my friends, and whoever comes into my circumference the way I do. And that is with me giving myself grace and me understanding who God is and that he is my protector. If anybody is in a relationship where you find yourself fighting, hitting, pushing, that's not normal. It may feel normal because a lot of people go through it, but it's not normal. And finding who you are in this world and finding who God is can get you out those situations where you feel so helpless. And I just hope that this reaches whoever, and if you're watching it and you understand that love yourself, and self-love is the best love. And understanding the love of God and what he can do for you, what he will do for you, if come to him. And he will get you and he will see you through those situations where you feel as if you can't make it through. Believe in yourself and believe in God, and you'll get through it. My name is Lori Cunningham, and that's my story.